Like squeeze in or go outside the dugout. Gotta give them
Heads up, guys. Hey, keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball.
home and in. Home and in. Home. Field up. Coming home. Up. 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 Coming home. Follow. Good. Coming home. Up. Follow it in. Coming home.
Abby is short. Dakota catching. Adriana Coleman.
Gina, you want to throw down any? You good. All right. Go to two, really, please. No problem. Ready? Yeah, can you do it right now, Tina? Let's go. Yeah.
Avery, you ready? Girl. We're doing a regular circle for now. Hey, Renee, go to set left. Gianna Lee, go to center. Hey, Gianna, second base. Shoot. You can come on in. Come on. Hey, Renee. Nobody back there, team. Supposed to be a fly ball. Supposed to be a fly ball. Don't catch it before it bounces. Don't be stuck on the base. Make it easy on yourself. You know they struggle with the throws. Don't throw off, get up, they're not reaching. Like that one.
What?
I know. Good throw. Gianna. Oh. Get another one. Go ahead back. Hit your cut now. Hit Abby. Too far, Abby. Too far. Third base. Where'd they throw it? Three. Three, Bella. Yes, she's going to make a better throw, but we don't want that either. Watch out. Hitting Tiana now, third base. There you go, Karina. There you go. We need it. We need it. We need it. Go ahead back to first, Julia. Place it home. Place it home. Put one on the ground. Karina, come on in. Home. Ready. Be ready. Be ready. That's better. It's almost the exact same ball. Have one right there. Whose turn? No, Karina, over here. Place it first. 1-1-1. Late getting down, and you're here. Be ready. I'm not hitting it to you. Get on your toes. Be ready. Here, now step. That's a girl. That's a third baseman right there. Where's Karina? No, halfway between Julia and Avery. She's going to throw it to you. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Go to the other side, Tiana. Go over there, Tiana. Let it go. We got umpires, Coach? Coach? Are they here? They here? Who's turn? All right, Julia, go ahead. John, get those two, Julia. Infield in. Throwing to you, and then you're going to roll them a bunt. You're going to roll them a bunt after you catch the ball, and you roll them a bunt. Home and follow, okay? Second one goes to first base. Outfield, bring it in. Home. Follow. No, Amanda, all set. Into the dugout. There you go. Coming first for Julia. Oh.
I'm not ready to catch, so don't jump yet.
What? Here we go, guys. All right, get ready to hit. Ready to hit. Ready to go. Time. Abby, Dakota, AJ, Julia, Leah, Amanda, Karina, Tiana, Bella.
Get started, but your buddies talk to the umpire. It's a good place to get a grinder in town.
I started right after that. My first year. It's great. Oh, we watched by the end of the season. I love both ends of it. Girls and boys.
Yeah. Kaylee, walk it. That's all you got? Bucket of balls. Well, you see it every day. I was at Kobe the other day, the other night. I guess the girl never had her foot on the plate. Fourth one, and I was going crazy. Kind of like the turner, like I'm over there, like you can't see the plate. Especially all this sand and the plates are
Amanda and Karina.
a lot of times, yeah.
Not too far away.
What's that? No, they don't care. Let me stop. Yeah. You want to put the gear on? I thought you were meant to catch. I thought you were going to catch. Go back that far. I haven't seen a lefty catcher in a while. Going to keep it that way, too.
I think 25 years is the lifespan of a home.
Yeah, that's just about it.
I voted for 2.
That's the game on for your pitcher. Just tell her to keep it now. Give you 2 backups, Brian. Or you want to come up my first inning with it? Yeah, my pitcher's got one for the first inning. And we got 2 backups. Now should be good. I know you want to do ground rules. I know you've been before. That's you got to water the field down.
plaza right there, and it's not like
I'm not afraid. You know why? Got one run in 6 games. We never give me the day. We haven't scored in 5 games. Yeah, I do.
straight
Straight 9.
Yes.
Straight 9 also, the numbers are all correct. I double check. Good luck. Good luck. Leah, put it in your glove and we're going to pitch the first inning. Catch right here, right here is your guy.
Season tickets to her husband. That was generous of you guys. I told her we will not go to a game again until.
I only told them once, so they still might have to throw them out of the game. There you go. Toss them. I'll make, and the bus isn't here. I'll make them go sit in.
1, 2, 3, go!
Welcome one, welcome all. We are here at Westerly Field, folks, site of tonight's girls fast pitch varsity softball action. The host Bulldogs will play versus the Woonsocket Villanovans in a non-league match. I am your voice, Greg Morano. We have Lisa and Chrissy behind the lens. I'm alongside producer-owner Shane Belanger. We are Westerly.live. Like I said earlier, tonight's non-league match will not go against their overall record. Westerly comes in with a 5-3 overall record and will travel to Woonsocket in their next match on the 28th. Hoping this is not a trap game for the Bulldogs, looking forward to a June 1st doubleheader with Prout that they have X'd off on their schedule. 2 will be battling for playoff seeding. Bear with me tonight because the new uniforms are in, as you can see. And while I like them, the numbers in some cases have changed. I will do my best. Elena Murdoch, the pitcher, is number 25, as she wore 15 previously. And we'll work it out throughout the game. Westerly's initial warm-ups here. And the Villanovans will have first opportunity at the dish. Good crowd down the line and a beautiful night for softball. So the schedule in favor for the Bulldogs with 2 quick non-league matchups with Woonsocket tonight in 28, and then a home doubleheader with Prout. Following that, they have another home game versus Bayview. Another doubleheader, actually, versus Bayview. So there's a lot of home action here for the girls' softball team going forward. I do believe they only have one more game on the road, and that would be the 28th versus Woonsocket. So, that being said, warm-ups are wrapping up. The catcher, Dina Arnold, will now be wearing number 23. Previously 3. And I will work my way through this. First baseman, Sophie Valentini, will be wearing number 15, previously 18. Sharp uniforms they have, though. Coach Luppy drying up a little bit of a water spot in front of the visiting dugout from the sprinklers, trying to cut down on dust in the air. As ground level, there is a good breeze tonight for the game. So now that I really look into it, the schedule definitely favors the Bulldogs as far as location, to say the least. They're home today, go away for one, and then home 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. So 7 out of 8 to end the season at home for the Bulldogs. If the Rhode Island Interscholastic League reads properly. Elena Murdoch finishing her warm-ups. The throw down by Arnold. A good one, and now we're ready to go. Speaking to Coach Lubby before the game, he's going to try to give everybody some playing time today, as it is a non-league game. Try some people in some new areas doing some different things. It will start with their base lineup from all looks that I can see. Store at short. Vedolino at second. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Cracciolo at third. And Valentini at first. Quickly ahead in the count. 0-1. And swing and a pop-up. Third baseman's calling it, and unable to make the catch. The leadoff runner will reach first on an error. Those are very difficult. So the Bulldogs face a runner on first base. Number 33, Owen, up for the Villanovans with an open stance. Murdoch's pitch, swing and a miss. Short lead off first. Yeah, as I said earlier, as far as weather, you can't get any better. Breeze is heading out. If you lift one far enough, high enough, you never know. Murdoch's offering upstairs for a ball. 1-1 count. Westerly with a good following down the third baseline. As far as fans, Murdoch toes the rubber. And the pitch inside, check swing strike. Couldn't hold back, may have been a strike anyway, 1-2. Murdoch's pitch. Strike three. She lets it go, and it hits the outside corner. 1 out. Runner on first base. Number 3 hitter, number 34. Coleman, a sophomore, up for Woonsocket. And Murdoch's pitch upstairs. Had the left and right, just couldn't get the height. And the 1-0 offering. And a steal on the plate. Couldn't get it in the air. That is a fair ball. Ooh, that's close. Out at first base, the call. So, a fielder's choice for the batter. 2 outs in the inning. The runner does advance to second. And the number 4 hitter. First baseman. Number 15. Forcier, a sophomore for Woonsocket, steps in with a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first inning. Murdoch adjusts the grip in the pitch, and that hits the batter. Creates a forced out anywhere. And the first lefty of the day steps in. Desjardins, the senior for Woonsocket. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The pitch. One and 0 count for Murdoch. And that's high. It's 2-0. 2 outs, top 1. A lot of dust in the air. As I said, ground field level, a lot of wind. And that's a swing and a miss up and in. Got a gift, Murdoch did. The pitch outside, didn't catch the corner. 3-1.
Drive it through the infield, nice and hard.
Infield can get the third out anywhere here. Looking for a ground ball, ideal. And the pitch, he'll let it go. Forward strike 2. Murdoch's going to force the matter. Does not want to load things up with a free pass, the offering. And that's over the plate, fouled out of play on the left side. Runners running on the pitch, full count, 2 outs. The pitch outside gives it a free pass, but it loads the bases up with 2 outs here. Almonte, a freshman, up for Woonsocket. Big spot for a freshman here with the bases loaded in the top of the first inning. Murdoch in a bit of a jam. Going to have to use her senior. Ooh, hits the batter. That brings in the run. Unearned run for Woonsocket to start. Officially in a jam. Frustration setting in. Number 24, Rollins, another freshman. So we've seen a walk, a hit batsman. 2 freshmen moving along here for Woonsocket. The pitch is right there for strike 1. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. And the pitch, that's a swing and a miss for a strike. Big pitch coming up, big at bat in general. Walk off, only 1 run down. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and the Bulldogs out of the jam. And that'll do it for the top of the first inning. Woonsocket draws first blood with 1 run, unearned run that is. See if Westerly can sew things up a little bit. And they get their first opportunity at the dish. So 1-0 deficit for the Bulldogs. Coach Lubby's goal to get everybody involved. Pitcher yet to take the rubber for Woonsocket. And here we go. That will be the senior, number 36, Rivers, pitching for Woonsocket. So, Bulldogs definitely don't want to look into this trap game theory at all because they have a very favorable schedule as far as road to home. As I mentioned earlier, it's almost out of the ordinary, but they spent plenty of the season on the road to deserve it. Only 1 more road game upcoming, and that's the 28th against this very Woonsocket team. And they finished the season with 7 in a row on the home, including 2 doubleheaders, both league. In warm-ups, the Woonsocket pitcher struggling to get accuracy together. Looks like he's throwing a drop ball, but having a real tough time with grip. We'll see if things change when a batter steps in. Senior pitcher, this isn't her first go-around. Number 18, leading off for the Bulldogs. That is the new number 18. First pitch is a ball. its way upstairs.
2-0.
2-0 count. Like I said, warm-up something seemed a bit off. She's not showing signs of an injury, but they're not coming out of her hand properly at all. And that is not close. 3-0. And the pitch inside, ball 4. 4 pitches, not close. And that's a runner for the Bulldogs. All right, we're working with number 7 here. I do believe this is Gabriella Brennan, the queen of the slash. Has shown the ability to slash. And that pitch hangs on for a strike. Delayed steal of second base with no throw. Pitcher is throwing a drop ball. And the pitch is low and in. 1-1 count. Bulldogs have a runner on second base and nobody out. The pitch drops short. Runner advances to third as it scoots past the catcher. So the Bulldogs lead off runner on third base. Nobody out. 2-1 count for Brendan, the senior. The pitch is going to hit the ground in front of home plate. And it's a 3-1 count. And that bounces its way to the catcher as well. And that'll be another walk. So we have 2 walks, 2 batters, runners on the corners. Number 25 up for the Bulldogs, who I am going to go ahead and guess is Alex Storr, possibly the shortstop. And line drive strip the middle. Well positioned at second base for the possible steal. Robs Storr of the hit. Absolute rope over the pitcher's head. Shortstop just happened to be there, right spot, right time. So the Bulldogs with 1 out. And that is upstairs, ball 1 for the third baseman. Number has also changed, number 27, Caracciolo, third baseman, freshman for the Bulldogs. And she swings and turns on that one, that fouled out of the play. Brings part of the tree down with it. There's not a lot behind the fastball of the Woonsocket pitcher. So Wesley's going to have to be patient. Only 1 out. And the pitch on the inside corner turns on it. Definite single. Fielded cleanly by the left fielder into the shortstop. That's an RBI single for Caracciolo. The score is tied 1-1. Bulldogs have runners on first and second and 1 out. Up to bat number 23. Whoever that may be, we'll have to see. Dina Arnold, the catcher. First pitch inside. And the pitcher with the plate, check swing, gets past the catcher. Both runners will advance. That's big for the Bulldogs, as both runners, instead of being at a force disadvantage, are now both in scoring position. Only 1 out. And the hard-hitting, gritty Arnold at bat. Pitch over the plate, bounces before the plate, good eye. 3-0 count. May have a free pass, but it's going to have to be right there. And that bounces in front of the plate. It does not constitute right there. Throw back to third, safe. Keeping her on her toes. Catcher came to play. Bases loaded, 1 out for Bulldogs first baseman, Sophie Valentini. Freshman pitcher, first baseman. We have a courtesy runner at first base. Bulldogs, bases loaded. 1 run in, 1 out. Want to keep the ball off the ground. Infield in for Woonsocket. Score tied at 1. The pitch upstairs and in, ball 1. Oh, called strike, excuse me. 0-1. Delayed call. The pitch low and in off the ground. Count evens up at 1. Second baseman almost right at second. Shortstop correction way ahead of it. And it's going to be 2 strikes. Again, the velocity or lack thereof is throwing off Bulldogs batters at the moment. Not that they're struggling greatly. Shortstop playing only about 3 steps to the left of second base. And a ball comes in, throw back to third, in. They're employing an extra infielder to the left side. Anticipating the pull. And that's where the plate does pull it. Steps on third and doesn't go anywhere from there. Didn't know the scenario it looks like. That kind of play, you probably would have wanted to go home and still would have had a chance at first. Regardless, it turns into 1 out for the Bulldogs and they run in. 2-1 score. On the fielder's choice, 2 down. And 1 ball, Lily Vetolino at bat, number 11, formerly 19, freshman, second baseman. The pitch waits on it right down the line, and it's a foul ball, just foul. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in for the Bulldogs. 2-1 score, bottom of the first inning. And the pitch way down, swung on. And the center fielder can't make the play. Bounces off her gloved and leg, kicks to center field. 1 run in for the Bulldogs. And that's 2 bases for Vetolino. Don't know the official scorekeeper, either an RBI double. Could be called an error. Regardless, it's an RBI in. It's a run in. Score stands 3-1. 2 runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs. 2 outs. And Beal steps in, the senior, trying to knock in 2 more and open this thing up early. And that pitch is low, 2-0 count. And that's short of the home plate. Not a lot of enthusiasm or life in this Woonsocket squad at the moment. It's a long ride, and this is a tough first inning. 3 runs in, 2 runners on, 2 outs. That makes this the 8th batter of the inning. 2-1 count. Long first inning. And the pitch inside, swing and a miss. Again, Bulldogs batter's going to wait back a little bit. And that's going to be inside for a ball. And she will get the base. That's a walk, and the bases are now loaded. Number 22 steps in for the Bulldogs. And that ball's inside for ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3 in. Bottom 1. And that's handcuffs her. Bounces in a tough spot. Off balance, picked up by the pitcher. Throws to second, and she is safe at second base. Safe everywhere. Found the perfect spot to what more than likely will be called a hit and an RBI. That's 4 runs in for the Bulldogs. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs. Ball 1, and the Bulldogs have flipped the order. Inside pitch, tries to turn on it. Fly ball to left field, right under it, and makes the catch for the out. But not before 4 runs in for the Bulldogs. After 1, Westerly 4, Woonsocket 1. That kind of output in the first inning gives Coach Luppy the possibility of working everybody in that he had hoped to. You can only do that when your starting squad gives you the advantage because obviously record is important here. Murdoch getting ready to toe the rubber again. The Bulldogs have 2 days off and they're back in action against Woonsocket. Again in Woonsocket in their road closer for the season. We will bring you 2 doubleheaders live. June 1st being the first of which is versus Prout. And what I've been told and what has been reported as a very important day for divisional play for the Bulldogs. Weather thus far, been on the Bulldog side this season in nearly every sport. The least they deserve. Balls are coming in, and we're ready to start the top half of the second inning. Number 21, senior Carpentier, right-hander, will step in to lead off for the Villanovans.
Okay, batter. All right,
And Elena Murdoch toes the rubber. First pitch, in for a strike, swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. Pitch swung on, tried to pull the outside pitch, but beat the left fielder. This is going to track back to the fence. An easy 2, should stretch to 3. Coach is going to run it with the relay. They don't have a chance. Stand up triple to lead off the inning by Carpentier, the senior for the Villanovans, who are by no means dead in this one. Right around third, nobody out. Number 7, Mansarini, sophomore, stepping in, the right-hander, with a run around third. Bulldogs at normal depth, hoping to look back and get the out at first base. Turned on that outside pitch. Normally can't generally drive it that far, but bunt. Stays squared, it misses, that's a strike. Run around third, really didn't get much of a secondary lead on that. Squares again. Early, keeps it out. That should be a called strike. The umpire not signaling it, though. And they're going to go 1-1 on that. Swinging away here. Swings on the outside pitch. Great piece of hitting. Outside fastball, goes away with it for the RBI single. Nice hitting by the sophomore. Good pitch by Murdoch, but Matter puts a wrist through first, gets the meat of the bat on it. Score 4-2 here. And first pitch inside strike. Number 35, Desjardins, the senior. Pitch, strike 2.
Protect, right?
Murdoch throws it up and away. Good waste pitch. And that is up to the backstop. That's going to advance the runner, take away the force play, and put her in scoring position. Nobody out. And the pitch tails back in over the plate. Thought it was going to stay inside. It didn't. Strikeout looking for Murdoch. Just what the doctor ordered. Number 33, Owen, a sophomore, steps in, the righty.
First swing. Keep your head down.
Runner on second base, 4-2 score. Top of the second inning. And the pitch tails in over the plate, just high.
Good layoff. Something you like.
And the pitch, turn, stopped by Curtiola, watches the runner, throws the first for the force out. 5 look to 3 for the force, 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Want to get out of this inning with only one run given up. Number 34, Coleman, sophomore, up to bat.
You did the right thing, playing it safe. Now you're running on everything. It's 2 outs. Let's hold, so don't slow down over. Come on, 3-4, what do you say?
Big spot for Murdoch to close the door here. First pitch swinging right back at Murdoch, and she does just that. And this inning is over. Only 1 run given up. The score after 1.5. Bulldogs 4, Villanovans 2. Bulldogs turn to bat in a moment. And we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are Westerly.live, about to bring you bottom half of the second, Bulldogs at bat and some varsity fast pitch softball action. Bulldogs lead by a score of 4-2 versus visiting Woonsocket. Bulldogs are 5-3 on the year. I do believe 4-1 in division. They play their final road game of the season on the 28th and come back home for like 7 more. We have 2 doubleheaders that we will bring you live, one of which is on the 1st versus rival Prout, who they are currently head-to-head with for the division. Big things at stake. Still need a win here. Coach Luppy hoping to give everybody some time and to try to work on some new things. Woonsocket not going away easy. I think the Bulldogs, once they have a little bit more patience at bat and stay back a little more, are going to do just fine. They slowly have made the adjustment as they batted through the order in the top of the first. Gabriella Brennan at bat, the senior. First pitch is a ball. Quiet dugout, quiet field for Woonsocket. And that bounces well before home plate. Dusty, dusty field. That water didn't work out for very long. And the pitch drops in over the plate. Ground ball to the shortstop, throw to first. In time for the out. That is a 6-3. 1 out, 1 up, 1 down for the Villanovans. Murdoch, the pitcher, up trying to help her own cause, get things started with 1 out here. The senior steps in, right-hander. Pitch, and that hits the ground well before home plate. And the pitch that drops before home plate as well. When she's missing, she's not missing close. And the fielders often playing the pull have the extra infielder on the inside. That's 3 pitches, 3 balls to Murdoch. So they're playing with 3 infielders on the left side, a sole first baseman. And the offering going to be ball 4. Murdoch earns her way on. 1 out with the walk. Third baseman, Graciola up to bat. And it's going to be a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Kaylee Lamb will do the running duties. And the home plate umpire signals go ahead. I don't know what the delay was. And the pitch drops before home plate for the ball. We are only in the bottom of the second. Pitch count up there for the Villanovan pitcher. And that also bounces before home plate. Throw back to first. Not there. 2-0, count one out, runner on first base. Bottom two, 4-2 score. Pitch bounces well before home plate. 3-0 count. Ought to make her throw a strike here, which I'm imagining she will. Up and in the box. And this one drops it over the plate. Very low velocity. We're talking might not be at the 50-mile-an-hour range, so the Bulldogs really going to stay on their back foot. And that one drops in over, gets under infield pop-up. Runner immediately back to first. Someone's out either way with the infield fly rule in effect. 2 outs in the inning. Runner on first base. Billy Vettelino steps in. Second baseman, freshman, to hit. Correction, Dina Arnold in to hit, the catcher. New numbers, my apologies. And inside, ball one. The entire field playing pull on everybody, essentially. That's a strike. Got on top of it, ground ball past the third baseman to the shortstop. Throw to second. Hangs on to it, and that'll end the inning. So after 2 innings of play, the score, Bulldogs 4, Villanovans 2. And we move into the third. Bulldogs walk out of the dugout. Not too much pep in their step at the moment. Kind of trudging their way through here.
Nice inning, girls. Help them. We got a ball game here. Let's keep hitting. If you get 2 strikes. You don't want 2 strikes. You don't want to swing.
Murdoch waiting for her catcher. As I said, good crowd out supporting the Bulldogs down the first baseline. Nice to see the ability to do that again. And Murdoch ready to throw a few here.
All right, Julia, start it up.
And this will be the last one, and we're going to start the third inning here, folks. Arnold's throw. One hop right there. Number 19, Raymond, the freshman, will lead off for Woonsocket. Murdoch's pitch. Cock swung, line drive center field, and it is caught in the air. Well hit by the Villanovan. Well positioned by the Bulldog center fielder. One pitch, one out. And the lefty senior pitcher for the Villanovan steps in. And first pitch is the ball. This is Rivers, the senior. Bats left, throws right. And that is going to break right over the outside corner. Nice pitch by Murdoch. Evens up the count. And that's a spinner inside off the handles. Foul ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count. Choked up a little on the bat. Pitch up and away. Good waste pitch, 2-2. And that's away, 3-2. Full count here. And that's over there, upstairs a little bit, so we're going to miss. That's out number 2 for the Bulldogs. Murdoch climbs the ladder. And the Villanovan pitcher follows her up. 2 outs, nobody on for 2 top 3. And that's a drop ball, and that is fouled out of play, 0-1 count. Number 25, Almonte, a freshman up for Woonsocket. Woonsocket playing a lot of freshmen. Five seniors. Correction, a lot of sophomores and 5 seniors. 3 freshmen. That's a foul back, behind in the count, 0-2. And the Bulldogs take the field with 5 seniors of their own. A handful of freshmen and juniors. Ahead in the count, 0-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Spinner upstairs a little bit. 1-2 count, 2 outs, bases empty here for Murdoch to pitch. Inside, ball 2. And that's going to hit her from 0-2 to a base runner. Murdoch obviously did not mean to do that. Tough spot. Seems okay as she runs off the first. Obviously a grip issue there. Bulldogs now have 1 out with a runner on first base. Yeah, a little break in play here. Might switch runners. And we do. Number 2, freshman Simono coming in to run. Number 24, Rollins, another freshman, at bat. 1 out. Infield at normal depth. Umpire not quite ready yet, writing in the substitution. As we wait, we will move forward shortly. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Murdoch's pitch. Up and away, check swing. Umpire says safe, no appeal, ball one. Stealing second, Arnold doesn't handle the pitch, and runner in scoring position for Woonsocket. Two and 0 count. Hey, that's a spinner, gets out of the way of and cuts right back over the plate. Beauty of a pitch by Murdoch, probably the pitch of the day. Completely fooled the batter. Comes back with it inside, handcuffs her, and it is 2-2 now. Go to the well one more time with the curveball. I would. She does. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and the inning is over. No runs in despite the small threat by Woonsocket. Murdoch pitches her way out of it. After 2.5, the score, Bulldogs 4, Villanovans 2. And the Bulldogs awaiting their turn to bat in their half of the third inning here, folks. So we'll be back varsity baseball action on Thursday. Right here at Similary Field across the complex. Coach Loppy giving his team a little inspiration. Wind seems to have died down a little bit. I'm imagining that the masks actually in this scenario help a little bit. I could be completely wrong. So you can find our upcoming schedule right on our site, westerly.live. It includes an all-important doubleheader with this very Bulldog squad in front of us now in Prout on June 1st, right here. We will bring it to you live, both games. Baseball team doing very well. Lacrosse team doing very well in action tonight as well. And the balls are in, and we're going to start the bottom half of the third inning here with Valentino at bat. Sophie Valentini, excuse me. The freshman. Pitcher, infielder, playing first base at the moment. Wouldn't be surprised if she gets her opportunity on the rubber, judging by the goal prior to the game to get everybody doing something new a little bit. Spun a gem the other day that we were able to catch here. So the righty steps in to lead off for the Bulldogs. And that pitch very short of home plate. And again, short of home plate. 2-0 count.
Go ahead.
Pitch drops inside. 3-0 count, nothing close yet. And that pitch makes it in for a strike. We're getting so many pop-ups because they're actually coming in falling. They're falling into the catcher's mitt. And that is going to be ball 4. So Valentini starts off the inning with a walk. Lily Littlino at bat, freshman second baseman. Playing straight pull is the defense. That is the scouting report of the day, apparently, for the Bulldogs. And that pitch drops in high, ball one. I've seen this very batter go through that two pocket at second base. There is a big hole there. And the pitch drops in over the plate. Line drive by the shortstop. And that's a single. Clean. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for the Bulldogs, who are now in business with senior Alexa Beal stepping in. Number 12, the senior outfielder. Coming off her senior volleyball season. And squares the bunt, pulls back, ball. Good eye by Beal. Gets the signs down from Coach Leppy. 2 runners on. A bunt wouldn't be a shock to get 2 in scoring position. Squares, pulls back, ball inside, 2-0. Good eye by the senior. Her senior IQ helped in softball and also helps here in baseball. The square, she leaves it down, foul back, 2-1 count. The trajectory of the pitch is coming in. You're going to have to actually push bunt so it doesn't fall directly on home plate. So 2-1 count, the senior's still ahead. Watch this strike 2 go by, not happy with it, inside. 2-2. She can really turn on it if she gets a read. And the pitch swings, turns on it right there. That's going to go foul low. And the 2-2 offering. Over the plate, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Past the catcher. Going to run. Oh, there's a runner at first. You can't advance. So that is 2 outs. Both runners do advance on the ball in the dirt. So we have 2 runners in scoring position. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch, ball 1. And Ava Tenuta at bat for the Bulldogs. And it drops in, and that's fouled off the left field fence. Foul fence, that is. Bulldog batters still way ahead. 4-run first inning. Haven't been able to cross the plate thus far, but are threatening here with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. And the pitch, ball, 2-1 count. And the pitch down and foul to the left. Evens it up at 2s. And the pitch drops over the plate. Strike 3. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. In steps Store, the shortstop. And watches ball 1 come in. Doesn't get past the catcher. Long inning. No one in yet for the Bulldogs, though. 2 outs. In jeopardy of letting this one go get away from him. Squandering the opportunity. Good batter at dish to send it. High pitch, gets up on it. That's got everyone beat. That's a 2-hopper to the fence. That's going to score both runs. And she's going to go for 3. The relay, the throw, and she's in with an easy stand-up slide. 2-out triple for Alex Storr. 2 RBIs. Opens things up a bit. Bulldogs 6, Villanovans 2. High straight pitch. She went up with it. And she turned on it. Brennan steps in. See if they can stretch it a little bit more. First pitch is in for a called strike. So the Bulldogs more around where they thought they might be at this juncture in the game. And the pitch right up the middle. That is how they're being played. Bobble, throw to first. Scoop, not handled. That run will score. Brennan will steal first on a throwing error. And that's 7 in for the Bulldogs. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitcher Murdoch ready to step in. Bulldogs, who were in danger of squandering the opportunity, have turned it into 3 runs. All 2-out runs. 2 of which were off errors. But you will take it, and they are only calls when you put the ball in play and you put it in play hard. Storr really got a piece of hers. Hitting well all season. And the pitcher for Murdoch is inside for a ball. 2-0 count. Bulldogs up by 5. And the pitch for home plate ball. 3-0 count. Frustrated Villanovan. Pitcher on the rubber, it would seem at the moment. Not a lot of energy. Long ride. And that's going to be inside for ball 4 and a walk. 2 runners on, and Westerly may not be done. Third baseman steps in. Emma Caracciola for the Bulldogs. We're going to get a courtesy runner for Murdoch. The batter, third baseman, a freshman. A single will more than likely score Brennan, depending on location. Good speed at second, though. 2 outs, moving on contact. The pitch over the plate, strike 1. Tough one to lay off there. Dead pull in the outfield, except for right field, which is odd. And that pitch will not drop low enough. Leaves a monstrous gap in right center. And the 1-0 over the plate turns on it, and nice pickup by third baseman, throws to second, not in time. Probably could have just reached and tagged the runner, didn't realize it. That's where you need the shortstop to help you communicate on the field. Instead goes to second late, infield single. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Bulldogs now. Arnold steps in, the catcher. 2 outs, bases loaded. This could really, really open things up for the Bulldogs. And the pitch inside, ball 1. However you measure it up, a walk's a run, a hit could be a backbreaker. And that's low, 2-0, not close. Gonna have to make her come to it here. Arnold, a very gritty player, tough player. And that drops not enough. Ball 3, 3-0. I see a red light in the making here. Gonna make her throw one. And the pitch on the ground, that's going to be a walk for a run. The score 8-2. And stepping in, another freshman, Sophie Valentini, the pitcher, first baseman tonight. Might see her in action at some point on the rubber. Shortstop speaking with the pitcher for the Villanovans. Single really spreads things out here. Bulldogs up 8-2. And the pitch stays upstairs. Ball 1. Got to make her come to the zone, though, bottom line. As enticing as some of these pitches are due to the velocity and the dropping over the mound. And that's short and low. Good job by the catcher. They really do got to just wait back and make her throw a couple here. 2-0 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 4 runs in here in the bottom of the third. 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Pitch drops on the plate, turns on it, ropes it right at the left fielder. Bad luck on that one. Hardest hit ball of the inning. Turns into an out, but not before the Bulldogs double up and take an 8-2 lead through 3 innings as we head to the top of the 4th. Coach not happy on one side of the field. Coach pretty happy on the other. And it looks like there'll be a pitching change for the Bulldogs. As the game is coming to pitcher more as anticipated by the Bulldogs side. I would guess that Sophie Valentini will toe the rubber. Just hit that laser to left. Now needs to change focus to pitch. Walking in with a 4-run lead as Murdoch is the pitcher of record. We are just getting into the top half of the 4th inning. And while we warm up our new pitcher, we're going to head to a quick break. Welcome back, everybody. We are Westerly.live. New pitcher warming up for the Bulldogs, Valentini, the freshman. Murdoch throws 3 complete, giving up 4 runs, not all earned, that's for certain. Bulldogs finally opened this one up a little bit last inning, doubling up the score from 4 to 8, holding a 6-run lead. Approaching the halfway mark in this ballgame. And the throw down by Arnold, the beauty, 1 hop. And Valentini reels it in, we're ready to go. Carpentier, the senior, with a hit in her last at bat, up for the Villanovans. And that's a strike. Bouncing down the line, foul. 0-1 pitch. And turns on it. That's going to get between third baseman and the shortstop. Clean single to lead off the inning for Woonsocket. Mansarini, the sophomore, steps in. And that's through the hole, diving second baseman stops it. Runner's going to go to third, throw to third. Not going to be in time. Runner's going to not go to second. They're fortunate. Oh, a ground ball between third and short, and then a ground ball between first and second. Leads 2 runners at the corners to open up the inning for Woonsocket. Good job of going the other way by the Woonsocket hitter. And does not steal second. 1-0 count. And the pitch fouled back. Count is even. Timeout by Coach Leppy. I think they're talking about the timing of the runner leaving the bag at first base and how it has to be past the batter. First and third situation being a stealing situation. Luppy doesn't want any extra head start by his opponents. And the pitch.
1-2.
Hey, that was good. Just like that. Just like that. Repeat it now. Eye on the batter.
Pitch outside, breaking ball, stays away.
Now, 2-2.
Count is even at 2s. That's going to be high and away, full count. A lot of pitches here early. No outs yet. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. Steals second base, no challenge. Two runners in scoring position, one out for the Bulldogs. Number 33, Owen, up sophomore for the Villanovans. Infield at normal depth, looking back, trying to make the play at first base. 8-2 score, top of the fourth. And that's a swing and a miss on the low inside corner. 0-1 count.
Some RBIs here, Dakota. Come on, get your line done.
And the pitch upstairs and away.
1 to the batter, 1-1.
And the pitch low, foul back, 2 strikes.
Come on with you. That's better swing.
1-2.
That's a good pitch you made. You fouled it off. Come on, now let's go.
The pitch low, put down the right field line in fair territory between the line and first base. That's going to score both runs to throw in. And that's a 2 RBI single.
That's good at bat. That's bad. Come on.
Good at bat, going the other way with the lone away pitch.
Gotta go on the ground. Come on.
Makes the score 8-4. Bulldogs have a first or second. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch is up and away. Throw back to first, not in time.
Real good, Dakota. You gotta be backing up. You can't just stand there. All right. Head to count. Something you like, jump on it. One down, one down.
And the pitch low, fouled away.
1 to the batter, 1.
Sweet spot to the zone.
And the pitch low for the ball. 2-1 count.
2-1.
The pitch swing fouled on the first baseline. 2 strikes on the hitter.
Who's on the batter? 2-2.
Two-strike pitch, breaks over the outside corner, called the ball, throw on to first, safe.
3-2.
And the pitch over the plate. Looks like she found a gap, and she did. That's going to get a bad angle by the right fielder all the way to the fence. That's going to be at least 3 for the hitter. Still relaying it in, and it's going to be a stand-up triple. Brings in another run for Woonsocket. Score 8-5 with a runner on third, and still only 1 out. Everything they hit is in a gap. Breaking ball off the outside corner. The pitch. Spinner outside. And the pitch over the plate, foul straight back for the strike. Pitch low and in for the ball. 3-1 count. Pitch up and away, free pass. Coming to the plate, the lefty pitcher. Really wants to help her own cause here. 1 out, you may see a steal of second base. From what we've seen early in the season, no contest, bunt. She offered, no steal of second, so the Bulldogs get a free strike. And the pitch squared. Misses on the bunt again, steals second that time. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch, swing and foul to the left side, right into the dugout. Two strikes on the hitter. Big spot here. Single scores 2, only 1 out. Makes it a 1-run game. Upstairs. 1-2 count. Coach wants anything to the right side. Up and in for the ball. Pitch over the plate, foul late on it, on the left side. Pitch, check swing, back to the backstop. Two and two count. And that pitch is upstairs, all the way back to a full count. Good at bat, base is open. You don't want to get too much of the plate here. That's a strike, and it's fouled back. Inside portion of the plate, handcuffed her. Pitch called, strike 3. Great pitch by Valentini. Got to be a confidence builder there. 2 outs. Number 2, sophomore Simono up for the Villanovans. Big spot for them as well. The pitch up the middle, and that's going to hit second base and go off the second baseman and score both runs. Both runs in for Woonsocket, exactly what they were hoping. Straight shot, pool cue, right up the chute. You could tell it was tracking the base, and that bounced it out of sorts. Both runs in. We now have an 8-7 ball game, folks. This is a long 3.5 innings. A lot of runs scored. No quit in this Villanovan team. 5 runs here in this frame. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. And curveball, strike two, turned on it. Too early. 0-2. Definitely the Bulldogs just want to put this inning behind them. One strike away from doing so. Foul back to the backstop. All the way around the order, the Villanovans go here in the fourth. And curveball, swing and a miss. Steal down to second. And save at second, but it doesn't matter. That's the end of the inning. And we are going to move to the bottom of the fourth inning, folks. The score, Bulldogs 8, Villanovans 7. No quitting this road team. Bulldogs got to recruit, reeling after that 5-run inning by the Villanovans. Coach made a few substitutions prior to that inning, trying to get everybody opportunities in different places, and they need more of these opportunities, it seems. So the Villanovans take the field with new life. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning from Similary Field. We are Westerly.live, varsity fast pitch softball, non-league action. Bulldogs versus Villanovans, 8-7 score, home team advantage. We will be right back here at Similary across the complex with the baseball team on Thursday. And then right back over here for a doubleheader versus Prout, which holds league significance. And they're done warming up here. So the Bulldogs look to tack on a little bit more with their offense here. He scored 4 in the first, 4 in the third. Maggie Stott up, number 21, the junior. And they're sorting out some sort of a substitution. Little secret. So playing the full pole defense again. First pitch drops in short, ball one. And that is going to be a strike. The pitch, ball to the backstop, 2-1 count. And that drops short and outside, 3-1. The pitch, way ahead of it, 3-2. As far up in the box as you can go. Pitch swing, got that one up the middle and played perfectly. And that's that pull rotation that they're using. A few hits today have been robbed from that spot. Sent it back off the meat of the bat. Can't do anything about that. One out for the Bulldogs. And that's a ball. Pitch drops over the plate. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fielded well. Double clutch to first in time for the out. 6-3 put out. 2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs. I do believe Ava Tenuta is stepping in, the new number 22. And it is. And that's up and in. Ball 1. And that drops in. Well hit to left field, right at her. And the Bulldogs have done that a few times tonight. Turned on it well, fly out, unassisted. 7 unassisted for the Villanovans for the third out. 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. Momentum in favor of the traveling Villanovans for the first time today. The score, Bulldogs 8, Villanovans 7, as we head to the top of the 5th inning here at Similary Field. So Murdoch's still the pitcher of record if the Bulldogs do not give up another run. One more run, however, and she will move to a no decision. And the Westerly pitcher warming up. Crowd still here as the game has intensified and gotten closer as we go. Thought for a minute when Wesley jumped up 8-2 that they had started their separation, but not the case. Woonsocket answered right back. One more and we're going to start the inning as they throw down. And the throw down by Arnold, 1 hop right there. And the Villanovan batter will get set. Carpentier, the senior right-hander. Steps in against Valentini. And the pitch breaks away. And that stays there. Underneath it, foul back on 1-1.
One's now 1-1.
And the pitch turns on it, underneath it. Left fielder should swallow this up. It's in front of her, unable to get to it. Murdoch was set too deep, and that's a leadoff double. Tying run at second base that quick. And suddenly the quiet dugout on the first base side is now allowed. Thought she had a beat on it. Just dropped too short in front of her. Bunt. Puts it out there, fouls it off. 0-1 count. Villanovans have yet to put a bunt in fair territory. They have attempted. And we're going to square, try to get the runner to third. Foul territory. Foul ball. If they're going to sacrifice, you generally want to be up and in the box. She was too far back, and the result is the ball drops straight down into foul territory. Now there's 2 strikes. The sacrifice more than likely will be off. 0-2 count. And the pitch down and away, 1-2. Still don't want to give her in too pretty. There's a vacancy at first base, and you're ahead in the count 1-2. And that is over the plate. Out of play on the right side.
There you go, Bella. Be tough with two.
Batter chokes up with 2 strikes here. And the pitcher with the plate on the first base side, foul ball. Swallowed up by the first baseman, unfortunately. Wrong side of the line. And the pitch up and away. The breaking ball breaks too far. Pitch, breaking ball over the plate, strike 3. Good pitch there by Valentini. Froze the batter. 1 out. Runner on second. Big bat here. Big at bat, I should say. Desjardins, the senior for the Villanovans. Curveball, beauty, breaks over the outside portion. Ahead 0-1. And that's a beauty. Goes the other way with it off the second baseman's glove. And that's the difference between a tie game, folks, as the run around third goes home. Thought she had it, just went through her reach. It's a run scoring single, the RBI, and we are back in action. Tie ball game here, folks. 8-8. The Villanovans from 8-2 down just an inning and a half ago have tied this thing. And that pitch is low for a ball. Breaking ball gets the outside corner. So Murdoch off the books today. She'll go along with a no decision. And it's a throwback. Nice breaking ball. Gets by the first baseman. Runner realized it too late. So she left with an 8-2 lead, and the score is 8-8. Wipes her slate clean. Pitcher of record now will be Sophie Valentini, as far as this inning anyway. And that's off her hands. Picked up by the second baseman. Bobble thrown first, gets the out. So another runner in scoring position. That would be the go-ahead run. 2 outs for the Bulldogs. Number 34, 10th grader, Coleman steps in. High and away, hangs on to it, does Arnold. Good job. Pitch over the plate, swing and a miss. Beauty. 0-2. Bulldogs want to get back to the dugout. The breaking ball off speed, foul back. 1-2 count. 2 outs. 8-8 here. Outside ball. Frustration out there a little bit for the Bulldogs. Breaking ball goes the other way with it. Foul ball, fortunate for the Bulldogs. Woonsocket's bats have come alive. They're using the whole field right now. Pitch out of play down the right side. 2-2 count. Pitch in the ground, 3-2. And the pitch over the plate, breaking ball, beauty on the inside half. Strikeout to end the inning. Tie ball game, folks. Going to the bottom of the fifth, I believe.
You guys see Tiana run hard out of the box, right? He can double out of the box. Paid off. He scored.
Coach Luppy trying to reignite his troops. And they're throwing it down now, and we're ready to get started here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. And we are back at square. Crowd got what they bargained for in this one. Waiting for a Bulldog batter. And it's going to be Alex Storr to lead off the inning. Bulldog shortstop. Hit it well in both at bats. Right at people. And the pitch drops in over the plate for a strike. And the pitch low and away, 1-1. And the pitch, fly ball to center field. Long run for the center fielder. Makes it over the shoulder. Acrobatic catch out of what seemed like the routine fly. Had a long way to go because of their shift. Regardless, one up, one down for the Bulldogs. Gabriella Brennan steps in for the Bulldogs. And that's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Off of her. She's going to have to scoop and throw. She does and gets her on time. The breaks are going for Woonsocket right now. Momentum is in their favor. One pitch, one out right there. Quickly, the Bulldogs have 2 outs. Nobody on. Elena Murdoch, senior, left fielder, pitcher. Steps in, 2 outs, no one on. The pitch, swing, line drive, base hit up the middle. And that splits the outfielders to the fence. That's going to be 3. And a beautiful time for a senior to step up, and she does it right there. Steps up, and she is only 60 feet away from breaking this tie. Third baseman, Emma Caracciolo steps up to bat. Tough angle from that shift by the outfielder of the Villanovans. It gives Murdoch the 3. And we are ready for the third baseman for the Bulldogs. The pitch. Fly ball in front of that same outfielder, and it is caught basket style for the third out of the inning. Bulldogs stranding the go-ahead run, and we now head to the 6th. Tie score, Woonsocket at bat, 8 apiece. And the Bulldogs take the field non too motivated at the moment. Momentum has shifted for certain. It's a new ball game here. And a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. And we're going to have a throwdown here from the warm-ups. Bulldog relief is having some difficulty. I did not see a strike in warm-ups, or nearly one for that matter. It will be interesting with the batter here. Coach Luppy did want to give some people experience in different areas. Number 19, Raymond, the freshman, up for the Villanovans. And first pitch, low and in. That's where they all were during warm-ups, every single one of them. So we're going to see if she makes the adjustment. Everyone was in that area. New pitcher is going to be Brooklyn Mitchell. And that drops short. And swings on it, gets off the handcuffs, swallowed up by the shortstop. Store on the soft lob. 6 unassisted for the first out of the inning. And the Villanovan pitcher on record and still active at the plate. And that's going to be low and away to the backstop. And that's low, 2-0. And that's going to be with the plate. Turn on, topped, foul back. 4 strike. 2-1 count. And that's going to be ball 3. Any way you can get on in an 8-8 game after a comeback you'll take, especially a walk. It's going to have to be a hitter's pitch. And it's a swing, tops it to the second baseman. Swallowed up, throws the first. 4-3 for the second out of the inning. And the Bulldogs looking for a quick escape. 1-2-3. Number 2, Simono, the sophomore, stepping in for the Villanovans. 1-2-3 inning could excite the Bulldogs bench a little bit, reignite them and that side of the field. The pitch squares for a bunt single, Hope fouls it back. Nobody on, 2 outs. Squared like a sacrifice, but it would have to be an attempt at a bunt single. Two outs, going to swing away here, and that stays low. And the pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. 8-8, top 6. And the pitch is low. All the way back, the batter goes. 3 straight balls. Batter, I'm envisioning a take. And the pitch is up and away. Lays off it for the walk. 2 outs, 1 man on. 28-12. Number 28 comes in, a sophomore, first at bat of the game, Brazenor. Right up on the plate. Catcher setting up way outside. Throws it right where it was set up, just a ball. And next pitch is a strike. Hit and run employed. That's a lob in the foul ground. Nobody can get there, but it's just a long strike. That was a hit and run in progress. Aggressive call by the coach. Wants to get something started with 2 outs. He wants that runner on third on any contact. Two outs here, 1 strike. And it's low, stealing second. Throw a little late, couldn't get a grip on it. Runner in scoring position now for Woonsocket. 2 outs. The go-ahead run at second base. That ball drops in front of home plate, 3-1. There is a vacancy at first base. Rather than give anything too appealing, I would play with the edges. This is the first at bat of the day for the batter, though. And the pitch is low. And the runners are on first and second. 2 outs, force anywhere. Carpentier, the senior, up with the bases loaded. Tie game, 2 outs. Big moment. Bases are not loaded. Runners on first and second. Tie game, 2 outs. A hit will score that run. And first pitch is outside. Or they will attempt to score. The coach has made that clear. And the pitch low. 2-0 count. And the pitch over the plate, way ahead of it. Foul ball. Two and one count. Pitch. Drops short, 3-1. 2 quick outs, and now we're a ball away from loaded bases here. And the pitch over the plate turns. Oh, off the glove of Store, the shortstop. They're going to make the play at home, and it's not going to be in time. And Woonsocket takes their first lead of the day. All the way back from 8-2. They now lead 9-8. 2 men on still. 2 outs. First 2 batters down this inning. Villanovans rally. Score a run. 2 on. Pitch is low. And that is low as well. I don't know that the Bulldogs dress 4 pitchers. Could look a little deeper. That's another ball. Frustration coming into the play here, clearly. That is just part of this wonderful game. And the pitch. Strike call in the lower half. Mensarini, the sophomore, in for the Villanovans. And that pitch is going to be low, ground ball to the shortstop. Store scoops it up, throws the first. On time for the out, inning over. Not before the lead has changed. The Villanovans strike, and they have struck the past 7 times to erase a 6-run lead and gain a 1-run edge. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs 8, Villanovans 9. A persistent Woonsocket squad never quit and has been hanging out all day long, and now they have a lead they can protect. Warm-up's done, as she is plenty warm. She's thrown a lot of pitches today, but maintains command, as the Bulldogs haven't scored since the 3rd inning. They had a 4-inning frame in the 1st and a 4-inning frame in the 3rd, and nothing in any other. Catcher Dina Arnold will lead off for the Bulldogs. And that's up and in. Ball 1 to start the bottom of the 6th. And that is short. And that is going to roll its way in. 3-0. Bulldogs need that go-ahead run. Tying run on base, excuse me. Would love to have the leadoff runner. That's going to be a ball, and that's what they have. Arnold on base, the leadoff, the bottom of the sixth inning, the tying run. Valentini steps in. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. And the pitch drops in, roped. That's a hit to left field. Left fielder scoops it up. Runners on first and second, and the Bulldogs are in business. First pitch hits a rope in front of the left fielder. Now the Bulldogs have 2 men on, nobody out.
Three for 8 hitting right now. 3 for 8.
And Elena Fazaro at bat for the Bulldogs. And that's inside for ball 1. Bulldogs quickly in business here. And that's going to drop short, 2-0. And this is the first we've seen Woonsocket change their defense back to a straight-up infield anyway. The outfield's still at a major shift. And that's going to drop for ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Nobody out. Bulldogs have had enough of this comeback and take the opportunity here to put an end to it. There's a timeout on the field. Coach will have a little bit of a meeting here. There's a 1-run lead, bases loaded, nobody out for the Bulldogs. And the meeting's broken up on the infield. Infield in for Woonsocket, trying to knock everything down. And the pitch is upstairs, stays upstairs. As a batter, you know that she's got to come to you at some point. And that's it right there, foul just underneath it. 1-1 count. And they're back to their shift. As the second baseman, go ahead, slides over to the other side of second base. Over the plate, just under it. Catcher's got a chance. And that is a heartbreaker for the offense, and that is exactly what a defense needs. Eva Tenuta at bat. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bulldogs would love a single dead center. That would probably clear the bases with the gap out there. Choked up a little on the bat. The pitch, a strike, swung on. Well hit. Left fielder right there for the catch. Goes back to second. And they don't double her up because she dropped it. They had her. Bases stay loaded. Run should have scored. Coach Luppy is doing some in-game coaching here, and this is what he expected. That should have been a sacrifice fly, and this game should, in fact, be tied. Instead, there is 2 outs, and the bases remain loaded. Called strike. Swinging things. And that is up right in the area of the center fielder. Reels it in, and they escape a jam, and they are excited. A running error. Coach Luppy is the opposite of excited. And we are going to head to the last stanza, folks. Top of the 7th. Woonsocket Villanovans once down 8-2, lead 9-8. And we're going to take one last break before the finale, folks. So we are moving on to the final inning of what has been a back-and-forth battle, folks. Woonsocket at one point down 8-2, leading 9-8. Westerly has the bases loaded, nobody out, and comes out of it scoreless. Woonsocket steps up huge as they hung around all game long. Now try to add a little insurance as the Bulldogs will have one more shot in the bottom of the 7th. Bulldogs on their 3rd pitcher of the evening, as the plan in the beginning was to give people opportunities, as this is a non-league game. Very much should be a tie game. Base running oversight prevented a sacrifice run from getting across the board in the last inning. That's how you learn. As frustrating as it may be. We move on in the throwdown. And the Bulldogs trying to keep this thing reachable. First pitch, low, ball 1. Desjardins, the senior, in again. Strike called, 1-1.
That's a 2-strike pitch. Good layoff.
And that pitch is blown away. And that's a ground ball past the third baseman. That's going to be a single to lead off the inning. Woonsocket's not done.
That's too aggressive. That's okay. No problem. Nobody.
And the pitch is low.
I haven't explained that to them all year. So.
And topped foul. And that one's out of the zone.
And if it bounces off just a little, you can get there. But you gotta have the jump.
And that one's in it for a strike off the hands. Shortstop catches it, throws back to first, not in time. It's past the first baseman, but not far enough. So that'll be an out. Unassisted, 6.
Stop watching, we're playing. You all right? Good job. Good, hey, good ears. All right, AJ, wait a second. One down, one down. Come on, AJ.
And to pitch a little bit outside.
Back it up, Christine.
Low and in, stealing, back to the backstop, no contest. Insurance run at second base in scoring position with 1 out for the Villanovans. Coleman, the sophomore, first baseman. And that stays outside. And the pitch, ball 4, runners on first and second. There was a vacancy, that doesn't hurt. Force play anywhere, 1 out. Need to get out of this inning unscathed though. The freshman Raymond will step in for the Villanovans. Blown away ball. And that's low, ball 2. Got to find the zone here. And that's a strike. 2-1. And it's a ground ball. And out of the reach of Store. That's going to score 1. And they throw it into the pitcher, who's going to not cut it off. It's going to go over to the catcher, allowing the batter to get to second. Fundamental mental errors, folks. That runner should not be at second base. There should still be a force at either first or second. And there's none of those things. Frustration has set in for the Bulldogs, who now allowed both runners to advance into scoring position. 1 out. And another insurance run tacked on. The score 10-8. 8 straight runs for the Villanovans since the 3rd inning, when the Bulldogs last touched the scoreboard. One down, fair territory, hit the runner, dead ball. And she is out because she was in fair territory. Bulldogs catch a break. Two outs. Again, that can be prevented by stepping up in the box when you're going to bunt. That seems to be missing in this ball game. Strike, swing and a miss on the inside corner. Arnold has had a workout tonight, folks. She's done a great job keeping the ball in front of her. However, it may have arrived. And that is low to the backstop. And that will score a run. And that gives the Villanovans a 3-run cushion. That is 9 straight runs by Woonsocket. 2 outs, runner on third. And that is popped to second. First base to call off. And inning is over. Not before the damage was done. What was 1 is now 3. Bulldogs have 3 outs to get 3 runs and keep this thing alive. Coach is extremely unhappy over there. And we'll see if the Bulldogs have another rally left in them.
Good job. What do you say, D? Come on. One more. I'll talk to you. I'll talk on the bus. Come on, Leo. One more time around.
And the pitcher who started for Woonsocket will attempt to finish. High pitch count, trudged her way through 6 innings. Help from her defense, help from her offense. Hung in there, kept her team alive. Hasn't given up a run since the 3rd. And the throwdown. And we were going to start what will be the final inning unless the Bulldogs add 3. Exactly 3. Any less, it's a loss. Any more, it's a win. Brennan will lead off. Outside, ball 1. Up and in, ball 2. That's low, 3-0. And the pitch, ball 4, leadoff man on for the Bulldogs. Elena Murdoch, the senior, steps in. Inside fastball, gets on top of it to the shortstop, off her chest. Safe at second, safe at first, safe everywhere. In on an error, and that's fine. First 2 Bulldogs reach. This is not over yet. Third baseman steps in for the Bulldogs. Number 27. And the pitch stays up. The pitch stays up high, throw back to first. Nothing there at all. 2-0 count. Gotta be her pitch here. Low. 3-0. Tying run is at bat. Very well could reach base here. Is going to have to see a strike for sure. And did not. Ball 4. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Down 3. The finale may not be just yet, folks. Catcher Dina Arnold steps in. Tying run at first. The pitch low and in. Pitcher's got to be fatigued. And the Bulldogs are not going to let her off easy. Inside. Gets the corner for a strike. If somebody could hit that center field mark in that hole. Short of the Another ball. And the pitch short. Another ball. Slowly back. Coach holds everyone up. 3-1 count, and the Bulldogs will take a free one if they give it to them. Gotta be a hitter's pitch. And lifts this one up high. Walks in a freebie. We have no outs. We have a 2-run game. The game-winning run is now at first base. Coach calls timeout, wants to speak to the pitcher. So the score 11-9. Bulldogs only down 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. No outs on the books. Bases still loaded. Sophie Valentini, the freshman, steps in. The pitch is there. Pulls it down the line. Fair ball. Gets past the third baseman. 1 run in. 2 runs in. We got a tie game. Arnold up to second base. The game-winning run is now at second. Possibly a single away from victory here. Corners in. Elena Fazaro, the freshman, in the box. Called strike. Timeout called by the coach.
Three re-entering. We got it, thank you. Watch the hands, girls. Abby, don't go too early.
Can't ask for any more back and forth softball than this, folks. Over the plate. Fazaro hits a lob. That's going to fall into place. And it's bobbled out and right. The run's coming around. And we'll touch home. And that will do it, folks, according to my count. That is the 12th run I saw across the plate. A little confusion on the field. I'm pretty confident in my number. And that's the game, folks. What a comeback by the Bulldogs. Great perseverance by Woonsocket. Great comeback by the Bulldogs after essentially blowing that large lead 8-2 in a methodical fashion to hang around after what turned into a long game. Bulldogs using 3 pitchers, several substitutes coming together as a team to pull off the victory. Coach Luppy had some inspirational words before the 7th inning that we heard up here, and they were obviously effective. Next game they will play will be their last road game of the season versus this very Woonsocket club, and they will come back home for the rest of the year. And we will see them for a doubleheader on June 1st versus Prout with major division ramifications. The win goes to the Bulldogs, a non-league win, bringing their record to 6-3. We will see you again from Westerly.live.